It's Tuesday morning, May 28th. I'm at OK Four-Wheel Drive in Stewartsville, New Jersey. And this week my Jeep is getting a winch, an air compressor, some new off-road lights, and maybe a few other items. But they're going to pull it in a few minutes, and I'm going to record the experience. Should be here for a few days. I'm looking forward to this because I've needed this recovery gear for quite some time, and it'll be good to have it as I travel northeast. As you might have seen a couple weeks ago, I removed my drive shaft because of a U-joint that was going bad that wasn't serviceable on the factory front drive shaft. So I'm getting a replacement drive shaft, and this one is different and requires the front output on the transfer case to be changed. It's going from a flange style to a yoke style, and that's what Chris is doing right now. He's also named Chris, right? Yeah. Upper rear control arm. Shouldn't be moving like that. Sometimes when I drive the Jeep out in the trail, I'd hear a popping noise coming from the suspension. So we took it out on the rock pile and tried to reproduce it, and Chris and Rin found that one of the upper control arm bolts was loose in the rear suspension. Happy to have found the problem, and he's working on tightening that up now. Chris is up front installing this ARB twin air compressor, part number CKMTA12, and he's mounting it to a Mountain Off-Road Enterprises underhood bracket. It's bolted in, but not wired yet, and it is a very, very snug fit, but it fits.
Can you hook the compressor to the battery real quick? On this harness, your purple is going to be your output to the compressor.
It's 6 p.m. on Tuesday the 28th, and we are done for today. The air compressor is about 98% installed. There's still a little bit of wiring to go, but they did an overall suspension check on my Jeep, and everything looks good. Found that one control arm bolt that's all fixed up, and also I have a front drive shaft again, so four-wheel drive. We're well on our way. It's Wednesday morning and my Jeep is back in the shop. While Chris is finishing up the air compressor install, I'm looking around at different storage solutions for the inside of my Jeep. And right now I'm stacking these Rubbermaid containers, which works really well and I'm probably not going to change it. But I'm intrigued by these South African ammo boxes, which have about the same footprint as my Rubbermaid containers, and they're stackable. And a company called Camp Cover makes some really nice organizers for the inside of them. So Camp Cover makes modules of all different sizes. This one contains spices, dishware. OK is selling these boxes for approximately 32 bucks. The only thing that's stopping me from getting one of these is that my Rubbermaid is a softer rubber, and I like that. And my Rubbermaid also is kind of bowl-shaped at the top, which I often use as a shelf or to just set things while I'm driving. And I won't be able to do that so well with this. Not to mention, I sort of like this organized chaos that I've got going on here. I also really like these soft collapsible storage boxes from Front Runner, although I couldn't think of a use in my application. These are listed at $39.95. Speaking of Front Runner, they make these camp chairs that I've always really liked. They're very comfortable, and the form factor when they're folded up is very compact. I could fit these in my Jeep nicely. So this is my current camp chair. This could come out. This is the Front Runner expander. I have to keep myself in check when I come here because it's too easy to try to fix problems that I don't have with an exciting new product. I ask myself, do I really need that? And often the answer is no, but I like it when I find something that I do need. Air compressor is good to go. Chris is installing the Winch mounting plate, which fits over the plastic bumper. It seems to offer a lot of reinforcement, so this is good. That is a lot of winch. It's bigger than I expected. I'm gonna have to get used to seeing it up here. The winch that I selected is the Come Up Winch Seal Gen 2 9.5 SI. Why Come Up Winch and not a Warn? Well, I was curious. I've had two Warn winches in the past, an HS9500i and an M8000, and they were brilliant. They were dependable, well built, but I saw this on high-profile vehicles on the internet, in addition to adventure trucks in the Arctic, and I was curious from a journalistic standpoint. So what I want to do is try this winch, log some miles, see how it performs and see how it holds up. But for now, do not consider this an endorsement. I know nothing about this, and we're just going to see how it goes. Okay, so we have 9,500 pound capacity, synthetic cable, a sealed 5 horsepower motor, full load, cone brake structure with superior heat dissipation, integrated cutoff switch. It is a battery level indicator, Haas Fairlead, and it comes with a hook, but I got a factor 55 flat link. Yep. Wow, nice. It's Wednesday night at OK Four Wheel Drive, and we are done for today. We might be done entirely, except for some odds and ends I want to go over tomorrow. But there it is. It's a lot of winch, and it's a little bit more than I expected. Covers a lot of grill, and it's going to take some getting used to, but I love how exposed it is. I know that integrated into the front bumper is a cleaner design, but I really like the top of bumper and how easily accessible the controls are, the rope is, so I'm happy with it. But what I'm most pleasantly surprised by are these Baja Design Squadron Pro pocket lights. I was worried that I wasn't going to have sufficient light output after omitting the Vision X lights that I had on before, but these little things really dish it out, and they're wired to the factory wiring harness for the fog lights. Check it out. Alright, that's not that impressive in broad daylight, but trust me, I feel good about these lights. It's Thursday morning, May 30th at OK Four Wheel Drive. I'm going to roll into town, get some coffee, and then come back here and start tearing into more gear. Almost a year ago in Washington State, I had my awning deployed with my screen room, and I tripped over the door sill of my screen room. It bent my awning arm. I managed to bend it back, but after that the awning arm wouldn't telescope very easily. So I finally got a replacement, and I'm swapping that out now. Much better. One more finishing touch today. The winch added a lot of weight to the front, so the ride height dropped just ever so slightly. We're going to install these Old Man Emu coil spring spacers underneath the coil springs to just kind of bring it up to where it used to be. And as you can see, it's not much. These are very tiny. Cool. Chris Zeglin at OK Four Wheel Drive has done all the work the past few days, and he did a superb job. So thank you very much.
Absolutely, Chris. Thanks for coming down.
I appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Awesome. Next order of business, I have some new gear that I need to find a sensible home for inside the Jeep. Winch controller, air hose, soft shackles from Bubba Rope, and a 30-foot recovery rope from Bubba Rope. Not to mention the ARB recovery dampener. First, I've been carrying around this tow strap that I've had for roughly 20 years. It's old, it's dry, it's frayed, so generally unsafe to use, or at least I don't feel safe using it. I last used it to help pull bushes out at my parents' house. So I'm sidelining this in favor of this new roll of Bubba Rope that I got. It's 30 feet and has a braking strength of 28,000 pounds. And it's UV and abrasion resistant. Cool. Next, I have these next generation Gator Jaw soft shackles, also from Bubba Rope. They feature a no splice design, 47,000 pound braking strength, and this slider for ease of use. Very nice. I did reach out to Bubba Rope and they were kind enough to donate these products, for which I'm very grateful. This is much better than what I'm currently using. Soft shackles are a stronger, lighter, safer alternative to old-fashioned metal shackles. What happens is, and this is a hypothetical scenario, that this janky old tow strap breaks, and then suddenly this metal shackle becomes a deadly projectile. So in place of this, we now have this. Soft shackles should absolutely be in everyone's vehicle recovery bag. This recovery blanket is also a safety apparatus. The purpose of this is to weigh down, hang on a sec. The purpose of this is to weigh down your recovery rope or your winch line. So during a hard pull, if this winch cable breaks, the blanket is going to pull it toward gravity, straight down, as opposed to it slingshotting through the air and hitting a person or a vehicle. Alright, so where am I going to put all this? Wow, that just fits. I use this old duffel for my older rigging. Tree strap, metal shackles, snatch block. I don't think that's gonna fit. Plan B. I think I'm gonna use the cubby for everything but the Bubba rope, because this takes up all the space. I think I'll put it right here. Air hose I'm going to use a lot, so I'm going to put it in my day pack. In fact, this is also a better place for my winch controller, so I'm going to relocate that to in here too. Everything fits pretty nicely, except 30 feet of recovery rope is kind of challenging. So I'm probably going to have to experiment with that as time goes on. Try different places. It's Thursday night after the meet and greet at OK Four-Wheel Drive. First, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. It was a pleasure getting to know you, and I had an amazing time. Second, special thank you to OK for hosting the event and for working so hard on my Jeep this week. It feels like an entirely different vehicle. I'm going to call that a wrap for this chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed my travels east. Now, let's go north.